Welcome back to Nicole's Notions. I'm wearing a dress with a feather on it, which can only mean one thing. This week we watched the movie Forrest Gump.
Hello. My name's Forrest Gump. Do you want a chocolate?
Forrest Gump. It has been a long time since I watched this movie. I was so excited to have the opportunity to watch it again. Now, as you may or may not know, in 1995 at the Oscars, Forrest Gump won Best Picture over The Shawshank Redemption and Pulp Fiction, as well as Four Weddings and a Funeral and Quiz Show. 3 of those 5 are in the 501 must-see movies. So it was a great year for film. Let's see what the book has to say about Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump. 1994. Forrest Gump, played by Tom Hanks, is a bit slow, the conventional anti-hero going nowhere and destined to melt into life's background. However, he has a talent. He can run. He can run like the wind. And so he embarks on a rather accidental tour of the highs and lows of the 1960s and 1970s America. He meets U.S. presidents and becomes a college football star and a Vietnam War hero in the process. The amazing special effects elevate the film to something much greater than a simple retelling of events, as archive footage is used to fantastic effect to place Forrest right in the thick of the action. 6 Oscars. That is a lot of Oscars. So it won for, as I mentioned, Best Picture. It won Best Actor for Tom Hanks, and this is actually Tom Hanks' second in a row. So he actually won the year before for his portrayal in the movie Philadelphia. He's only the second actor to ever do that in history, so that's amazing. It also won for Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Director, Best Visual Effects, and Best Cinematography. And that has a lot to do with what, as the book mentioned, the fact that they had historical footage that they actually inputted Tom Hanks into, so it made it look like he was part of history.
In the land of China, people hardly got nothing at all.
No possessions?
I was a little bit younger when this movie first came out. So there's a lot of things when I was rewatching this movie that I don't think I understood as a kid. So I wrote down a list of the things that went over my head when I was a kid. So number 1, Jenny was messed up. 2, I definitely did not realize that Forrest Gump ejaculated in that scene when he's in Jenny's college dorm room. I probably didn't know what that was at the time. Forrest meets his 2 best friends the exact same way, needing a seat on the bus. I didn't notice that. I thought that was really cool. It was really cute that they both were the only people on the bus that offered him a seat, and they became such close friends with him. Next, every picture that they take of Forrest has his eyes closed. The last thing that I didn't realize when I was younger is that Forrest running is actually him grieving. So, and maybe I'm making this up, but just really hit me when he said that he just felt like running. It was right after his mom died, and it was right after Jenny left. And then he ran for like several years just across country, and I just really felt his pain, and I never really understood that or got that when I was a kid. Let's move on to some facts. Despite grossing more than $600 million, the movie didn't turn a profit by the end of 1994, which is the year it came out. It only turned a profit after it came out on DVD. Fact number 2, all the songs that are featured in the movie and on the soundtrack are from American bands or musicians. Great soundtrack. If you haven't heard it, look it up. I'm sure it's on Spotify. Fact number 3, the Vietnam War scenes were filmed in South Carolina. Not Vietnam at all. After the movie came out and was so successful, they opened up a restaurant called Bubblegum Shrimp Company. There are now 45 Bubblegum Shrimp Companies around America, all spin-off from this movie. All in all, this is a great movie. I definitely didn't appreciate the visual effects and the cinematography as much as a kid as I do now. They did a great job with this movie. They did great storytelling, the meticulous detail, everything they put into this. Tom Hanks acting, like there are some close-ups on him where you can just read all the emotion on his face. And it was pure magic. He definitely deserved the Best Actor award for this year.
Bubba was my best good friend. And even I know that ain't something you can find just around the corner. Bubba was gonna be a shrimp and boat captain, but instead he died right there by that river in Vietnam. That's all I have to say about that.
It's time to pick next week's movie. And this week, I'm not going to pick a category from the cup. There's a movie in this book that I keep saying that I really want to see and I can't wait to get to. And since today's my birthday, I've decided I'm allowed to watch it and do what I want for next week. So it's in the romance section, and it's Robin Wright's other movie, The Princess Bride. So we'll be watching that next week. If you want to watch along this week with me or wait till my review, it's up to you. Just make sure that you remember to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so that you know when my next video comes out. Have a great week, and we'll see you with The Princess Bride next week. There are a lot of actors that have multiple movies in this book. As mentioned, Robin Wright is The Princess Bride. Haley Joel Osment, who plays Forrest Jr., Forrest Gump's son, is in The Sixth Sense. And Tom Hanks has 3 movies in this book. The only actor that I've seen that has more so far is Leonardo DiCaprio. But I'm going to do a full statistic analysis on the book to see who shows up the most, which directors have the most, which actors have the most, just for fun, and I'll release it as a separate video, but it may take me a little time to do that.